You are an amazing at what you do. All right, so here we are live on YouTube. Welcome everyone on YouTube. I am also streaming here on Facebook. Thank you for coming to this page and watching this live, no matter where you are, whether you're on YouTube or on Facebook. So here we go. This morning live is about stepping into your calling. And I am going to try to do this with no tears. I really am. I can't promise you that's going to happen, but I'm on track. So I went to visit a beautiful soul yesterday and got to her house around 7:30. And whenever I do a live moment with the person, I always know that we're going to, last a little bit of time. So I always go prepared to stay as long as spirit moves. So we did that. I think we sat for a little bit. And as I was sitting there with this beautiful soul, I was sharing with her how beautiful it is when we as people sharing with her my perspective now. I'm not trying to change yours. But I have surrounded with people who are like me, so I am around like-minded people, so I will speak freely in this forum. It is amazing and beautiful to be in a place where you can understand that every single person that I encounter, that you encounter, are there to show you who you are, and who you are being. And the very awareness of that fact, if you stay in that space, there is such an amazing amount of freedom that you will have. So I was sharing with this beautiful soul that, and I've tried not to share my story, and I'm not going to share it all. I have a time and a place that I've set aside that I want to do that, but I must share this because it was so overwhelming yesterday, and a little bit of it started to come out, and I was like, whoa. I was a mortgage banker for over 10 years. And I moved into my home. And before I put my keys in the door, before I even signed my loan docs and did all of that, I said to the spirit, I said, when I get to my new house, this is my second house. When I get to my new house, I want this house to be all about you. My first house, when I bought it, I never made a prayer about the house. I just made a prayer that I'd get the house and, I prayed to, raise my kids there or whatever. So that prayer for my first house was just all about manifesting the house. The second house was about, my prayer was, I want to get to know you. And I don't want anything to interrupt that process. And I remember Spirit said, what are you willing to give up to have me? And I said, I'm willing to give up everything. Whatever it is that I need to get rid of, walk away from, whatever, to have you, an awareness of you, a relationship with you, I'm willing to let it all go for that. And what happened was just that. Every stronghold that I had in terms of religion, in terms of success, in terms of um, the way my outlook on life, everything for 10 years, maybe, I'm sorry, 13 years. For 13 years, I went, so the first 3 years, um, I had a master teacher with me. But after that time, my master teacher transcended, and it was just me in spirit. But that entire time that I was there, every stronghold that I had that was based on my Christian lifestyle, Christian meaning how I was raised to be a Christian. I am still a Christian today, but I am all of those religions because now I understand that God is all things. But from where I was standing, how Christianity or religion was brought to me, all crumbled down. Everything I thought I knew about God was removed. And it was a beautiful experience, but it also was a trying experience because all that I had been taught, all that I had based my entire life around was no longer real. It was no longer real. And you cannot imagine, although I know you guys can, but many cannot imagine how a person feels when everything they have based their life on, in terms of their eternal salvation, changes. Thoughts and belief systems that I had installed, accepted, and put in place had to be removed. And I struggled so much holding on to belief systems. And I had to let a lot of them go in order to experience what God was giving me. A lot of my building, in terms of my success, I am a Taurus, guys, none of that. A lot of my building, in terms of my success, because I had much success. I have much success now, but I'm talking about back then. I had much success. I, for me, it was much success. I am speaking, I must say this so that you guys can understand what I'm saying. Um, I don't like sharing this part because I don't ever want anyone to get this stuff twisted, but I must share this part so you can understand the story. There was a time in my life where my brokerage would bring in uh, $200,000 to $300,000 a month. That was my source of income. And there was, for me, and that was just, you know, and I am a single mom. This is how I took care of my children. And we did very good. A lot of my success was built on false teaching for me, false teaching. So everything that I had acquired, because we can still acquire because we're very powerful beings. I had acquired all of this uh, by way of the divine in me, but not aware of that fact. So at that time, all of that success was built under a false sense of teaching through Christianity. I hope that I'm not losing anybody. So my in 2000, I think 7 or 8, the mortgage industry crashed and went downhill. And my father taught me how to save, so I did not. I didn't have an opportunity to be fearful. I didn't have, a reason to be scared or any of those things because my dad taught me how to save. My father always taught me to never buy anything. Don't even go on a trip unless you have 5 years of savings in your pocket in case of an emergency. My mortgage at the time was $5,500 a month, and that was just my mortgage. That wasn't light bill, gas bill, water bill, clothing, food, none of that. So I had expenses. So my dad taught me no trips, no anything, unless you have 5 years worth of your mortgage saved up. That's how I was raised. That's how I was taught. So when the mortgage industry crashed, I did not have fear because I had money saved up for 5 years. It's no problem. So what happened is I didn't panic and I didn't go try to find another job. I didn't go try and find something else to do. I didn't do any of that. Now, uh, at that time, I did have health issues too. So I must say that. But I didn't panic. So I took that time and I just sat with God. I just sat with God and I learned God and I listened to God and I felt God and I experienced God in all of those things. And now we fast forward to let's fast forward to now. And now here I am in a new place with a new level of understanding of the divine presence within me. And I now have to build from this place because I will not go back to living in the world. And the world to me is doing anything that is outside of what you are created to do in this place. Your calling or living in your calling. I made the choice. I agreed when Spirit said to me that you must go out and do the work that I commanded you to do, or that I told you to do, or that I asked you to do. And I said, you know what? I love this. This has been a great 10 years together for me. I've seen myself go from a place where I felt suicidal to a place where I never would feel suicidal. I watched myself grow so much and get rooted and grounded in what God gave me as opposed to what man gave me. When I was inside of what man gave me, I share with you, it was nothing for us to, and we often did, almost every month, created $200,000 to $300,000 a month income to right here where there is no, I'm accustomed to making this amount of money. I'm not accustomed to making the amount of money now, right? It's not anything that I am accustomed to. However, it is what I am. The work that I'm doing today is what I am supposed to be doing with my life. So I am living in my calling, which is so different than me living in the world. Me living in the world, that success for me was beautiful. $200,000, $300,000 worth of money coming in a month sufficed me. It was good. It may not have been good enough for you guys, right? I'm not talking about you guys. I'm talking about me. That was enough money for me to do and have a nest and everything that I needed to walking into a place of spirituality, spiritual teaching, spiritual awareness, which there's no way. It's the income compatibility is way to the left. It's way to the left. It's nowhere near what I'm accustomed to making. It's nowhere near providing the lifestyle that I have been accustomed to living. Now, there is a saying, there's a word that Spirit spoke to me. What are you willing to give up for me? And I said, everything. And I meant everything. So here, a lot was removed for me to have this beautiful, undying, unconditional love for spirit, which I did not have over here in the world. In the world, I had a lot of disappointment. Even though I had financial success, I had a lot of, why you didn't do this, why you didn't do that, or I got to do this. There's a lot of spiritual inadequacies going on, but a lot of financial success going on. So here in my new space, there is the amount of spiritual, honey, it's the best thing in the whole world. But it does take a different um, perspective when it comes to the financial aspect of it. Now, hear me out, because I'm not worried. There's just no worry about that. Because even in this space of stepping into your calling, when you're stepping into your calling, it may not look like the same thing that you had outside of your calling. It may not look that. It may not look that way. It may not look that way. But inside your calling, that divine beingness that you experience surpasses every other experience you can talk about. And because it does, I know that I am experiencing. I know that for every person who steps into their calling, sometimes it's hard to step into your calling because the non-calling offers so much more financially than the calling. But inside the calling, it doesn't mean that there is no income. It doesn't mean that the income won't match the last one. It doesn't mean that. It means that now that you have stepped into your calling, the same way you built your last, you will build in your new. And your base, my base now, is so much different than my base in my earthly living. My spiritual base, income, or building financial portfolio or building financial stability does not mirror my 10 years ago or, you know, how long it's been? 10 years ago. It does not mirror my 10 years ago. However, everything about my life, right? My ability to do what I want to do is still present. It's still here. Although I may not see the evidence of how any of this stuff worked, it is still there. But it was for me walking, it was a 10-year journey. And I will say that for me, it was set up pretty comfortably because my father taught me how to save, right? So there were things put in place for me initially that caused me to be always okay. But I told you earlier that my father taught me how to live 5 years. He showed me how to live 5 years without panicking. So I had money to live for 5 years, but I decided to take my walk with spirit, which took me 10 years. So there was 5 years I lived without my savings. There was 5 years I lived without creating the income that I used to create. So I still went through a time where I had to, I say, walk on water. There still was a time I had to walk on water. But I was not turning back to my earthly life to have it. There is no way that I could ever turn back to my earthly walk to have the life that I am accustomed to having. Because I am accustomed to $200,000 to $300,000 a month, not a year, a month. That is what I was accustomed to. I am nowhere near $200,000 to $300,000 a month now. But it does not mean that I will never see that again. That's the furthest from the truth. It just means that I have stepped into my calling and I am doing the divine work that I'm supposed to, and everything else will now be as it should. I am now living in, and I believe that everyone who goes into their calling lives in this place. Seek ye first the kingdom of God, and all other things will be added unto you. This is where I live today. This is where I know everyone can live when they step into their calling. Over here in the world, I have financial riches and gains and everything. Over here, I'm going to it. I don't have the same thing, but I have the same thing. And the other things are already flowing in. So I will not be without. My lifestyle is not going to be consistent with what is present. It is going to be consistent with what I create, which is the same thing I created over here, just in a different space. Now I have God in this equation, or I have my divine beingness, or I have my highest self operating. Whatever words you choose to use to define the event, this is nothing but an event or an experience. And you can choose whatever words you find comfortable for you to hear the event. So, this is me living in seeking ye first the kingdom of God, and all other things will be added unto you. Where is the kingdom of God? Where is the kingdom of heaven? The kingdom of heaven is within you. The kingdom of heaven is within you. So, in this space of 10 years of being with spirit, just me and spirit. Where did I find spirit? In here. Just me and spirit for 10 years. And I am now bringing this to my success, which is already amazing. It's already amazing. It's already amazing. So yesterday, as I'm sitting in Crystal's home, where she doesn't even know this, and she's going to find out right now. I have never in my entire life, ever, in my entire life, gone to sit with anyone one on one by myself. That has never happened in my entire life. I always have someone with me for a few reasons. One, because sometimes the spirit gets very intense, and I just need someone that I know to be able to touch and bring me back. Two, because that is a place where I have identified as my safety. So when I go in, I let all guards down so that I can be open to spirit. I don't walk in a place feeling guarded or feeling I need to have my guards up so I can have protection in case some crazy stuff pop off. I always have someone with me that in tune with that area so they can say to me, this isn't a good place, I'm not feeling it, let's go, or I'll be watching the door while we're in here. So, there are reasons that I always have someone with me. But yesterday, I went by myself. And the entire time that I'm there in Crystal's home, I was looking at myself through her, because I'm listening to her, and she's here to teach me too. Like, this stuff is real. I always tell people I'm not a pastor, and when I say that, I don't mean no harm. But pastors get up there and they preach. They don't do nothing that they preach. But I really do live the words that I speak. So I was sitting there listening to her go through her healing, the things that she noticed that she's going to be working on in her healing self. And one of the things that um, came up was being present, or being present or being there for me, right? That came up for me. I'm not talking about what came up for her. I'm talking about what came up for me. So being present was so huge for me because in that moment, I was having a moment where I was being present. And I wasn't relying on anyone to make sure that I didn't go too high, I didn't go too far. I didn't need anybody there to make sure I was safe. It was me, just me. Trusting the divinity inside of me to show up and be present and to listen. And it was the most amazing experience. It was the most amazing experience. I went and I was present, and I was present, just me. And I did not have fear, and I did not feel like I needed someone to make sure I didn't go too far. And I didn't feel like I needed someone to make sure that I was safe. I walked in the divine 100% that day. And I sat with my sister. So that was the first time I have ever done that in my entire life. And it was good. And so I left there in my mind. When I got to my car, I was like, I hope that she experienced some great energy from me today, because I was experiencing a first with her, and she had no idea that I was experiencing a first. And I was experiencing it with her. She had no idea. So I walked away and I said, oh my gosh, this was so amazing for me because I've never done that before in my entire life. And I hope that I did not um, disappoint her in our session, because I was so engaged in our session, but I was also engaged in the fact that I was sitting in her house all by myself doing this work in my calling, all by myself doing this work. So it was huge for me. It was a moment that last night was a moment that I realized, not that I've never realized this before, because realizations happen over and 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 over infinitely for me. But in that moment, I realized that I am in my calling, whether I have somebody with me or not. This is the work I am supposed to do, because I have never gone to anyone's house by myself. But the fact that I made that decision to go and I landed into her home, to me, was further proof. Not that I needed any more, but it was further proof that I am in my calling, because I would not have done that for anyone. Would not have done that for anyone. So stepping into your calling is this title. It's a beautiful thing to be able to do. And it's hard to do sometimes because we have strongholds on our living in the world. But there's a place where when you get into your calling, that's where you really meet God. That's where I really met God. That's where further awareness, let me say, not where I met God, further awareness of God. Because in that place, you have to know what you know. There is no fallback. You have to know what you know. You have to be confident. You have to know that you know that you know that you know. You have to know that you know that you know that you know. To live in your calling, you got to know that you know that you know that you know. This is the place for me, this is a place where God was, uh, there was evidence. I always look for evidence. It is evidence for me. Holding on to my past or going forward in what I'm creating to do. Holding on to my past or moving forward in what I am created to do. Holding on to my past because I know I can make a living here. I know I will be all right here. Or going towards my path. Spirit said, what will you give up for me? I'm holding on to my past because I know I can make some money there, or move forward to my future and my calling, or holding on to my past because I know I can make some money right there, or moving to my future. 5 years. I had 5 years. I had 5 years, and I had 5 years, and I had 5 years. So I rested and I was cool because I had 5 years. That 5 years ran out. Spirit said, we're not going to be able to do this in comfort, baby. We're not going to do this in comfort because you said you were willing to give it all for me. You were willing to give it all for me. So let's run your little savings out. Yep, we're going to do that. We're going to run your little savings out. Because in your savings, you're comfortable. In your savings, you're comfortable. We're going to run all that out. We're going to see if what you said is real. And after 5 years, I still stayed. I still was there. I still stayed. I chose my calling. I'm not leaving it. I'm not leaving it. I'm not leaving it. I'm not leaving it. So, yesterday was me not leaving it. I didn't leave it. There was nobody here to go with me. My cousin is MIA. She's never MIA when I have a hearing. I never reached out to anybody because I said I'm not gonna do it. I'm just gonna go. I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna go. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not calling anybody. I'm going. So I said no more. This is another thing that I will, whatever it takes. Whatever it takes. And for yesterday, for me, it may seem small to a lot of people, and that's cool. I'm just sharing my story. For me, it was huge to get in my car, to drive to someone's house who I've never met in person, without my person beside me to make sure that the area is good or I don't go too far in the spirit. I got past all the hurdles. This is my calling. And I will give it all up for my calling. Yeah. Hashtag. Mm. So I love spirit. I love this work. This is my calling, and I'm grateful to it. And I give thanks for the beautiful Crystal who taught me yesterday how much I love this place, how much I love this work. I showed up present for this work. The Spirit showed me how to do on myself and what Spirit said to share with others. I showed up. I pushed past all the obstacles and I showed up. So yesterday, Crystal was my teacher. She taught me that the obstacles that I have placed in my way, I will push past them and I will show up for me, for God, for her. I will show up. I will show up. So, this space I will never leave. This space I will never leave. And this space is adoration, it's respect, it's love, it's faithfulness, it's steadfast, it's consistent, it's mine, it's mine, it's mine, it's holy, it's pure, it's loving, it's God. And I will never leave this space. If it never bought me $1, I wouldn't leave it. Even though I know it will sustain me and take care of me and create my life that I am accustomed to living. Yes, it will. Yes, it will. Yes, it has. Yes, it has. I will never leave it. So that's what I wanted to come on live and say today. I want to encourage everyone who is sitting right there at the edge of their seats trying to figure out will they walk in their calling. I say you better. You better. Anything other than that is a disrespectful movement towards yourself, towards the divine being inside of you. I just gotta call it for what it is. I would be disrespectful if I did not. I would be disrespectful if I did not. I don't get to pretty it up because it's me, and you don't get to pretty it up because it's you. Anytime you are out of alignment with who you are called to be, you are disrespecting your divine order. You are disrespecting your divine order. You must do what you're called to do in this place. You must do what you are called to do in this place. Otherwise, you are out of divine order. And you know it. And you know it. So you say you love God, or you say you trust God, but you won't go out there and do what God tell you to do. You can't lie to yourself. You can't lie to yourself. That's beautiful. Yeah. Ashe. That's all I wanted to share. That's all I wanted to share. Ashe. 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 I know I'm sitting here with a lot of people who are going to their calling. Because I'm going to mine. I know I'm sitting here with a bunch of people who are going forward in it. Tara said to me, we need an encouraging day. We had an encouraging day one day. I forget what day it was, but she said, we need a day of encouragement where we just encourage each other. I agree. And so today, I just wanted to tell my story. Hopefully, it encourages somebody, and maybe it will encourage those who are just like me, who are in their gift and deciding to be in their gift and walking forward in their gift. So we all standing together in our gift, and we're walking forward. So that's what I wanted to do today. I love you guys so much. I freaking love y'all. I freaking love y'all. My crazy, my tribe inspires me. Very nice, very beautiful. Alisa, yes. Alisa, thank you for. I'm buying that beautiful thing. Don't you sell that thing? I'm gonna send you the stuff today. Was so busy. I'm gonna go on PayPal this afternoon. My uh, uh, day was so crazy yesterday. So don't you send my stuff. Give my stuff away. I'm gonna send it to you today. I say. And it says I love what I do. I say. I say. All of us. Yeah, absolutely. I had a 12:30 appointment today, and I rescheduled it for 2:30. I'm getting ready to go on to it, but this appointment um, is about, and I'm said I'm going to make a special announcement, and I will, but I'm going to say it here too. This is what this special announcement is. The special announcement is that for everyone who is in this tribe and taking the life course classes, I have from the very beginning, I have my first, I always talk about my first circle, um, who trained under me for 2 years. And I am hoping, and this is my announcement, uh, for all of those who are participating in the life coaching certification classes with me, that um, I would love to extend. The only reason I say yes to the certification because I wanted this go around. I wanted to make sure who was in the class. Everybody couldn't even get in the class because I don't want everybody to be in the class because this class is going along with the last class, which is I am going to ask everyone who is taking the certification class with me to spend some time with me so that I can, because I'm going to be working on something that is going to be bringing in so many beautiful souls who are looking to do this work. And they're going to need a place to go. They're going to need people to talk to. And these group of people, I personally wanted to invest in time so that we could assist those who are coming because this will be huge. I don't think that. I know that. This would be huge. And I wanted to be linked up with the right people whose soul I connect with to be able to help me lead this new work. So there are, I think, 6 women that I spent 2 years with that have agreed to help me in this work. And then this set of people who are coming in for the life coaching certification uh, will be the second group. I wanted to have 20 people, but it looks like it may be 15, but that's okay. Um, we can do it. We can do it with 15. Um, there's going to be massive amounts of people coming in for this help, and I needed to have an army. I needed to have an army. So this life coaching certification class that you guys are taking, the announcement is: would you be willing to spend time with me? I know the answer is yes, because many of you have already asked me, could we do it? That's how I know this stuff is in sync. Would you be willing to spend time with me learning this practice so that we can assist those who are coming? And that's the announcement. So for all those who are taking the life coaching certification class that starts May 13th, these souls are not, they're not prompted by their ego. They're not prompted by manipulation or pain. These are beautiful souls that have selected me, and I have selected them. Are amazing. I trust them with this work. It's just like they trust me to show them what Spirit has taught me. We trust each other, and it's a beautiful thing. So when this flood comes, because it's coming, we will be ready. The new practice will be ready, armed, and available with its team. So that was the uh, uh, announcement I had to make. I do have, and we all will be certified, obviously. Um, and I am wanting to have other people on board that have their certifications too, like nutritionists and things like that. We will be, the new practice will be a board of people who are certified to assist the community. That is what we will be. And that is what we are. And we will do massive work in this world. Massive work in this world. So that's what the announcement was. And I'll make it again soon for all the beautiful people who are taking the life certification class. Ashe. All right, guys. I'm going to, if anybody wants to, you are amazing, and I'm on any. Renata is the therapist for the In Practice. There will be no other therapist on the New Practice. This is how I feel today. Now she come over here and stab me in the throat. I'm like, no, Renata, don't jump her. It would have to take an act like that. But she is the therapist for the New Practice, and as we grow, any therapist that we need to get more therapy on, I will be working with Renata and saying, hey, how do you feel about making sure that we have the right therapist here on this team? She would, you know what I mean? That's who I would work with. Just say, we need more. Where can we get them? Do you want to train them? Do you want to help them or show them or what? You know what I mean? So that's how I feel about that. So she really is. She is gold. She is gold. She is gold. Our team is there. Yes, yes, absolutely, absolutely, Crystal, absolutely. So I want the new practice to be a full force circle about healing. So, yeah, yeah, that's right. Um, this is really good. This is really good. All right, guys. This has been amazing, amazing, amazing. So if there's anyone who wants to come up, I have a few minutes. I do have to. Oh, I don't have any minutes, so I have like 2 minutes. So I'm only going to call the one person that's up, and this is the one person you guys have probably been seeing. I don't like it when you guys when this beautiful soul does this, she cries and cries and cries and say, "Call me up, say something about me." I don't. I don't want to ever. I don't want to have to prove to you that I love you. I won't. I won't do that. I won't do that. I don't participate in that. If I love you, I say it. You know it. I will not say it every time I come on. I won't. But I am going to call Miss June up.
Hey,
June,
hi.
how are you doing?
I'm doing okay. I just wanted to let you know that I'm dealing with my blindness and I'm getting out more and I'm walking and doing a lot of stuff. You know, you're talking about calling. Well, I've got the angels with me. I've got Bertha and Mitzi with me, and you know, I'm doing really good. I just wanted you to know that. I'm not about to do nothing, but I just wanted to let you know that I'm doing really good and I'm not afraid.
Good.
Because I know this is what God wanted, and you know it was intended for me to go by. And I can remember your beautiful face and smile, but I can't see it.
Oh, listen.
But
I want to say this to you. I want to say this to you. I love you, and I love your love for me, and I want you to know that. And I want to tell you, and I want to tell you that I may not, whenever I'm here, I may not always call you up. And I may not always say, June, I love you. But don't take that as I don't love you. Because if you take that as I don't love you, then that means you didn't believe I loved you in the first place. I love you, lady. And I might not say it every day, but that does not mean I do not love you.
I just couldn't find you. You know, Jonathan had to go on somewhere to find you on here, and I just want to let you know, I'm being positive in what I do. And,
good.
You know, I'm not afraid. You've encouraged me. It's because of you that I'm doing this, you know, and I'm walking with God every day. You know, I'm not afraid, Netra. You know, I mean, so, I sent you 2 pictures the other day.
I saw. I did. You look pretty.
It was Stanley's birthday, and we went down there and celebrated. I didn't take a cane or nothing. Charles just stood me out there, and they grabbed me, and we had pictures made.
Yay! I saw you.
But I don't want nobody beating me or feeling sorry for me. You know, it's just something, you know, like I said, that happened. But I just want to let you know that I love you so very much. And I'm glad that I found you because my heart was broke because I thought, man, I can't find her on here, Jonathan. What am I going to do? You know,
I come on in the mornings now. I don't come on at night anymore.
I can't find notifications. They don't come up. I don't know why they're not coming up.
Okay, you have to follow the page. So tell your son to go to my page and follow it, and then it'll pop up. Yeah.
I'm following it.
Okay.
One of these days I want you to do a reading for me.
Okay.
When you have time.
Okay. Okay.
But anyway, I love you and I love Ted. And I love all of y'all. I just want to let y'all know I'm having positive thoughts. There's no negative thoughts.
Yay! I love to hear you say that. Hi, oh, hello. How are you? You taking care of your mom?
Yeah. That's not my mom. That's my girlfriend.
How about your boyfriend?
That's not my mama. That's my
girlfriend. Well, you are taking care of your girlfriend. I thought she said that was her son. Oh, look at June out there.
I ended up at the hospital me because I was really sick, couldn't even sit up. I didn't care what they done to me, but I thought I had pancreatitis, but it didn't. They said it was like a touch of diverticulitis and stress and all that with my eyes and work, colitis, and that's what I had. But,
Okay.
you know, I've got positive thoughts.
Yes.
I just want to connect with that.
Yes.
I want them with me.
Yes. Yay! So glad to hear that. Yay! I'm so glad to hear that.
I still want that autograph picture of you.
I will definitely send it. I promise I will definitely send it.
You know you can send it in Messenger and write on it like another girl did.
Oh, okay. I'll try to do that. Okay.
And put #1 fan and but I love you. That's what she did.
Okay. I can do that. I'll do that.
I just wanted to come up. I wasn't trying to bother you. I just want to come up and tell you I loved you and I'm doing good and well.
Good. I love you too. And I'll talk to you soon. Good job.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. Beautiful soul.
Thank you. You too. Love you too. Ashe. Ashe. Beautiful soul, June. Beautiful soul, lady. Beautiful soul. Beautiful soul she is. Ashe. Love to hear that positivity coming out. That's how we do it. That's how we do it. That's how we do it. All right, guys. So I am going to end this call. If there's no one who's coming up, you guys left me by myself today. It's okay. I get it. Monday through Friday, you hold it down with me. You hold it down with me. So if you guys are not coming, let me just plug this. I'm gonna plug. This is an official plug. If you guys are not coming to this conference, you should be coming to this conference. You should be coming to the conference. August 3rd, 4th, and 5th. You should be coming to this conference. I do want to know how everyone who is coming to the conference, I want to know your travel stuff because the conference ends 5 o'clock. Ooh, we don't have a room for a sleepover to the 6th. So on the morning of the 5th is when we check out. So I want to make sure that everyone has their ride secured back home and all of that good stuff. So we'll be doing something. We'll be doing a video. Oh, Crystal's not letting. Okay, Crystal, leave out and come back in. So like leave out of Facebook, shut it down, and then come back in. I know. You gotta shut it down. It's cray cray. It's not me. It's Facebook though. It's cray cray. Yeah, it's cray cray. So come back, Crystal. I feel like Prince. Come back. Shanice, been listening to you a while. I've been cooking. Awesome service. Thank you, Dr. Neil. You're inspiring me. God the divine infant spirit is speaking through you as you. Thank you, love you. I love you too, lady, and I miss you on Morning Self Talk. Just so you know, we do miss you. We do miss you, Chandra. Weather moving in, video locking up. It's so going to come up. It's not going to let me, so I'm going to get out in the rain and pick up my son from work. I freaking love you all. I freaking love you too, Chandra. I love you too. The only, not average. Oops. Okay. And Lisa, Miracle Monday. Renetta, you don't need physical sight to see a beautiful soul. Ashe. Ashe, beautiful. Everyone stay with me. I'm just trying to let Crystal come up. Hopefully she left out and she came back in. And Paula is the Reiki master, guys. Paula is the Reiki master. I already called Paula. I said, Paula, would you be the Reiki master for the mini practice? I've already asked her. Because that soul is on fire. Do you hear me? That is a beautiful freaking soul right there. I would take that Reiki energy every day.
Hey, family. Hi.
You had a first. You had a first with me, and you didn't even know it. You were my first.
Hey, I couldn't tell. I'm telling you, it was so positive. It was just, and you know what? Like you said, I was your first. I was just sitting here. I really got real full because you know you were my first in a lot of ways too. Because I'm kind of guarded. You know, I'm a nice person, but I'm not all that overly friendly. You know what I'm saying? So I usually keep people at a distance. So it was a first for me. You said it was a first for you to it was a first to have somebody I didn't know come to my home. You know, it was a little bit, but I'm telling you, oh my God, it was wonderful. God is so good. It's so many things that, you know, I've been thinking about. And when I tell you, I didn't realize how I was tired this morning. I was like, whoa, that really, you know, I knew I'm working in my spirit. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I loved it. I'm so glad that I was the first. Like I said, I've never been physically violated, but somewhere along the line, I've learned how to be guarded and to keep people at a distance, you know, and not to always trust. But it just happened, you know. It just happened, and that was just wonderful. It was so wonderful. John, this is so good. I'm not joking.
So platonically, we can say it was good to you just as good as it was to me.
It was just as good to me as it was to you. Yes, it was wonderful. It was such a wonderful experience. Talking about living in your calling, stepping into your calling. You know, realizing that what the things that you're projecting off on others, that's what you need to hear for yourself. You know, about being present. I mean, so many things just resonated. You know, oh my gosh, this is a good thing. I feel so blessed to have just found this place, you know, and really it was here all the time. That's why right? People are not gonna believe this, right?
No, cause I used to live around the corner from Chris, and I was like, Jesus Christ, that's the street I take to get home.
It's unbelievable, right?
We have been neighbors for 15 years.
Yes. Oh no. But we hadn't been walking in our calling. We hadn't been doing the thing. You know, we were on the grind.
I say.
Right?
I say.
But now it's time to be on the grind, but be on the grind for us and for God. Oh my gosh.
I say.
Yes.
I say.
It's too much. It's too, like you said, what you say? You can't make
this stuff up. And when I walked in Crystal's house, she has these beautiful things on her wall, and I have the same exact things on my wall.
Yes. It's too much.
It's like, you cannot make this up. You cannot make this up.
No, you can't. You really can't. You really can't. God is awesome. He is, and I tell you, one of my positive self-talk is that the universe is unfolding for me just the way it's supposed to. So, you know, it was a reason why when we were neighbors at that time, you know, we didn't connect. But now we're more than neighbors. We're sisters. We're friends. We're the tribe.
Ashe.
And it's just awesome. God
Ashe.
is so awesome.
Ashe.
So awesome.
Ashe.
So they're really like awesome. Doesn't even seem like an adequate word to describe this experience. It doesn't. It's not, and it's not. It's just becoming aware of who you are. Good, bad, and ugly.
Yes.
All of the stuff.
Yes.
Not just the good stuff.
Yes.
All of it. I want to know every intimate detail about me, and consequently about just my spirit. I just want to know, and I really feel like this is the path. This is the path. This is the path.
Ashe.
Yes, Renetta, this is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I saw, oh my gosh, they had altar call at church this morning, and I was late. I got there late, so I had just got there when they were about to have altar call. So I didn't go down. I just sat in the pew and I prayed. But when they were coming back from altar call, I saw Renetta. I wanted to jump out of the stands. I wanted to run and hug her. But I saw her, so I kind of know where she sits. So I said, okay, now I gotta. She's sitting in the balcony, but we sit on. I think it's on the same side. It's a big church.
Yeah.
But I said, I wanted to go. I wanted to hug her. And then after church, I had on some shoes that would hurt my feet, so I couldn't walk. I couldn't walk real fast, so I don't know if I missed her, but I really, 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 I said, oh, there's my sister. There's my tribe.
Yeah. Ashe.
Yes.
Ashe.
The tribe. It's like the plane.
The tribe. We're gonna have all kinds of t-shirts messing with Renetta. The tribe.
I know.
Ashe.
You know what? I was thinking, who is it? Kelly. Kelly is always talking about sparkle and shine, and I have a girlfriend who makes bling like t-shirts. I was like, oh, you know what? We need to get a bling t-shirt for the tribe.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Ashe.
Yes.
Ashe.
But it was wonderful. It was the first of many sessions where, we're just going to get down to who we are. And I like I said, I'm in it to win it.
Yep.
Tara, I saw Tara yesterday. She was walking. She said she was in it to win it. That was the title of our revival sermon last week.
Can't make it up. Can't make it up.
So it's all good.
Sorry.
All right.
Ashe.
Yes, I'm so glad. Kelly said she started the sparkle thing in 2011. Well, I said yes. I always see her sparkle, and it makes me smile, Kelly.
Ashe. Ashe.
Like a diamond.
When we say shine bright like a diamond.
Yes.
First of all, I know Wendy did your hair. Did she do your hair?
Yeah. That's my stylist.
Because I saw your hair, I was like, her hair is on fleek, baby. On fleek. I knew that was Wendy. So there we go. We on fleek.
Yes.
Ashe.
Yes. It was wonderful. And I cannot wait for the conference. I'm telling you, I can't wait. But more, the conference, but I'm just so excited about what God is doing through you, in me, in all of us. That's what it's all about. And it's not one of the beautiful things. It's enough
for all of us. It's enough to go around for all of us.
Yeah.
God is in all of us, and we just have to tap into His Spirit. So His Spirit is our spirit. So I am. This is awesome. God is so good.
All the
He
time.
is so good.
All the time. All the time. All the time.
So, fear has no control. Like I said before, I am experiencing the substance of things hoped for and manifesting the evidence of things I can't see. That's where I am right now. I'm experiencing it. I'm living it. I am living it. And the way that I'm doing that is seeking, like you said, seeking God's kingdom first. And everything that I think about is going to be added. Everything that I think about.
Yes.
Everything.
Yes. I say.
Yes.
I say.
Yes.
I say.
Kelly said she found her sparkle in her own shatteredness. She found her. That's what and that's all of us. Our brokenness, our not feeling good enough. We find that we are. We find who we are in all of those. That's so powerful. It is so powerful. Oh my gosh.
I say.
It's so powerful. God is just awesome. Like I said, awesome just doesn't even scratch the surface of His Spirit and His Spirit in us, and realizing that we all and the fact that we're more alike than different. We have so much in common that you wouldn't even, maybe if you just scratch the surface, you wouldn't realize how much we all have in common, despite our different ethnic, social,
religious,
geographical locations. Despite all of our shortcomings, all of our biases, all of that stuff. When you take all of our differences, and when you add up all of our differences, they still don't amount to half of the things that we have in common. And the most important thing that we all have in common is that we were all created in God's image, that we all have God's image in us. So I'm telling you, this is some good stuff. This is some good stuff. This is like, I don't know. I don't know. I've never been addicted to nothing, but I'm telling you, this is close. This is close. Oh my goodness.
Me too. I said the same thing. And I said, if I do get addicted to something, it's gonna be good for me. I can tell you that.
Yes. This is awesome.
Yeah.
It's awesome, but it's also just. It's simple. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we put a whole lot of. I don't know. We think this can't be it, but it's it. It really is.
Yeah.
And we're thinking, it can't be that simple. Just to love me, just to acknowledge that God is in me, just to understand that the things that you see or you're putting out for other people is really the prescription. Is your own prescription.
I say.
Right?
Powerful.
It is. The stuff you telling somebody else, what? That's why they say be careful what you say. Oh my God,
I used to get mad when people used to say, you should take your own advice. I used to get mad, but now I get it. Like, you know what? You're right.
Exactly.
You're right. Let me do that. I get back with you.
And what can you do but laugh and say you're right?
Right.
And it has been a lot of times. I'm telling you, and it's funny that just came back. I remember I told you a little bit about this guy I was dating when I was in college, and I found out later that he was, and I didn't want that for my life. But I remember afterwards, I would always tell him, "You need to do this. You need to do this. You need to do this." And he,
Thank you.
oh yeah.
Thank you. Juan, are you here? Why didn't you tell me? Absolutely I do. Help me with the trash. That's what I was calling you for. Dog, they're not going down there. And I don't want a Sprite or a ginger ale. But no, from there I want lemonade tea large. I said I swear cash money. Where are you? Oh wait. Oh, y'all were going there? Y'all just driving right? Oh. Alright, so yeah. I want me some chicken and waffles. Oh Lord, I got my thing on live.